In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 different ways to grow a small edible garden. Let's get into it. First, we'll have a look at the back little garden here that I've been setting up. This is my small space garden here for Marty's garden. Then we're going to look at some really other cool ways to grow in a small space, even if you don't have a veggie garden. So down here is my container garden. Now I've got lots of different herbs and different things growing in here, even like some little baby fruit trees and stuff that'll expand out into the big garden. But this basically is a food producing machine. We're going to get to the back part and show you in a little bit, because if you don't have a big space, you can grow vertical this way. But first thing you want to do is get your herbs sorted, right? If you've got herbs and leafy greens and a few little fruits, you're on your way. So let's have a look around. I'll show you what I've got in here, and I'll give you some tips and tricks for herb gardening and small space gardening for this little area here that I'm developing now, and it's already producing a lot of food and a lot more to come. So lots of value. Let's get into it. So to put all these ideas into place, you've got to have aspect. 4 to 6 hours, 8 hours is even better. Morning sun, it's the softest sun, the best light in my opinion. The afternoon sun can get a bit harsh at times. Now you want to grow in different types of containers. You can use handbags, you can use old boots, you can use old gum boots like this if you like. You can use anything that can hold container soil and will store moisture, and you put the holes in and can drain away. And then you can start your own container gardening. Just remember, in these ideas, you need to grow what you eat. Don't get too carried away and start growing too much and stuff that you just won't eat or won't use or won't take care of. And then slowly expand out, put them into water wells where you save water, you don't kill your plants that way, and start looking at different things like herbs. I'm going to show you my herb garden that I'm just adding to right now, and we'll head over there. So growing on my steps here, I've got some more herbs. You never have enough herbs, especially for a small space edible garden. And I'll show you what I've got here. I've got some thyme. Now I can propagate from cuttings off this and also do layering onto the soil. So this is going to be a mother plant for me, and I'm going to make lots of, I'm going to actually sell some of this and give it away for presents and things like that. Really easy plant to propagate. Got some basil here, sweet basil. Can never have enough sweet basil, right? And something very interesting, lime basil. Now you can get basil in so many different flavors, aniseed, blue basil, different ones, but this is one I want to try. I've got a lot of lime flavored plants already in the garden, but it just smells so good. And we've got at the back here common mint. You can never have enough common mint, right? Make all your different sauces and condiments and different things, and it's just a really nice plant to have around. It's another one that you can make a bit of money on. Easy to propagate from layering, cuttings, straight in water actually. And then we've got some sage here. Now all these herbs really are pretty easy to propagate from cutting and stuff, and just some little sage there to get started. So you see how many plants I've just got in this little space happening, and I'm really just getting started. So these vertical greenhouses that you can buy pretty much all around the world, look, they're just cheap things. I think I paid 40 bucks for this, but they last for quite a few years if you take care of them. Eventually they do rust and fall apart, but they have a little cover. You know, you get a year out of it and then the zip starts going, but it doesn't really matter too much. You just got to be careful. Don't put them in really windy spots, because these things just blow away. And you know, in the summertime, what I do is I just pack this up and just use the racks. And I'm growing all sort of like raising seedlings in here because it's a greenhouse and I can do that type of thing and put sick plants and raise all types of stuff in here. But I'm doing a lot of my little pot container gardening. So put my little pots in here, which I'm going to show you how to grow in a minute, coming up in one of these ideas. It's really, really cool. Not this exact idea, but close to it. And I'll show you something here. So this is, I'm going to be showing you how to do this, so stay tuned for this. This is a rocket arugula tray, awesome stuff. And I'll show you another tray here that I'm growing at the moment, and this is like a what they call a purple radish type of tray gardening, which I'm going to be teaching here a lot in Marty's garden, the small space series that's coming up. Ooh, it's cold. You see this? I don't know if you can see the smoke, the condensation coming out of my mouth. But yeah, look at that. And that's about 4 days since I planted that. So the rocket's only about 4 days as well. And we've got some other stuff hidden in here that will be in future videos coming up. I just got to make sure I didn't knock something over then. So yeah, you can use these if you don't have a garden. You might just have a courtyard, something like that. No space to dig or whatever. So get a few containers, put it around the bottom, get your vertical trays, get your greenhouse going, whatever time of year. Like I said, summer, take this off, grow lots of food vertically. That's one really good way to start a small space edible garden, because you can grow lots of bigger plants in here as well, which I am not doing at the moment. All right. Rocket arugula seed. This one's from a seed company that you can buy in bulk, and you save a lot of money that way. Much better value if you're going to be planting it. It'll last you about 4 years, a big bag like this. Nearly cover like 90% of the tray. If you want to save on seed, you can weigh it out, but I've been doing it that long now that once I see it's fairly covered, there's a little bit of gap there. Really good idea to wet your seed down. So once they start getting the right warmth temperature, they'll start to germinate. And I like to just pat them down a little bit so there's a connection. With the medium. I like to use vermiculite, is my choice, as it creates a little mulch over the top, and it's super light, and it's just an organic volcanic blown up material from some type of volcanic mineral. And it's relatively cheap, and if you use it sparsely, just enough to cover the seeds, it goes a long way. You can use a fine sand, you can also use the same mix if you're using a seed raising mix over the top, but I've tested all of them. This is the best if you can afford the extra couple of dollars. I find that you save anyway because you just get larger harvests. And this is how I did it professionally for years, to sell my microgreens to restaurants and locals around the Byron Shire. Never let me down. Then another light spray, just to wet the vermiculite down. And I fill this tray about 2/3 full. The reason is I want it to sump up. This system, you need to bottom water feed all the time. Well, bottom water, and then you feed later on once the plants start to grow. Want to see my 1, 2, 3 method rocket pots? Yes. What you do is you put a bit of compost, a bit of potting mix, anything that will go into these little peat pots. Put some arugula rocket seed in there, cover with a little bit of mulch such as vermiculite, keep them nice and moist and warm. They will germinate, and then you can let them grow for a little bit longer than this. You can harvest them as microgreens, and then you can let them take a few out, harvest also as a baby leaf, and then plant the pots into the garden, and you'll end up with mature plants. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Such a great way to get food on your plate quick. Tip number 5 is a straw bale garden. They're really simple to do, and you only need a little space and access to a straw bale. Now, all you have to do is just wet it down, soak the bale down for a week or 2 until it's locked in the moisture, then pour on compost or a potting mix and just plant seeds in it. I've planted rocket arugula here, some lettuce, and then I've got coriander coming up as well. And as it starts rotting down more, then you can put things like cucumbers in it, you can put peas in here, tomatoes, lots and lots of things. And then you just whack another one on top later on, and you can grow a soil bed. You can even add a worm farm to it, and the worms will go in and chew it all up, and you just keep the system rotating over and over, and it just builds soil for you and becomes just an amazing cheap way to grow food. But when you first get started, the lettuce and the leafy greens, they're the best ones to start because they only need a shallow root system, and you can put strawberries in here too because strawberries only need a shallow system. Just remember, you got to water it a bit more often because it's shallow on top, it's going to dry out much quicker. So don't forget that, guys. If you forget to water lettuce, it goes a bit bitter. All right. Awesome stuff, yeah? So if you enjoyed this piece of content, please consider subscribing, smash that thumbs up, and share this video around. It really helps my channel a lot. Have a great day, happy gardening, and we'll see you at the next one real soon. Bye for now.